So it keeps amazing me how we always tend to have a weird facial expression while applying makeup. Like that moment where you want to put your mascara and all that. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rosemary. I'm the founder and CEO of Glow with NG Beauty Hub. I am a makeup artist and a YouTuber based in the city of Abuja. So this video is basically for my 9 to 5 girlies, for those persons who love makeup but do not know how to go about it. This is just a very simple everyday makeup you can use to go to work, to go out on that dinner date, to go out on that outing, whatever it is. Just when you want to look, very cheeky, very classy, and very demure. I finally did that. Okay, so firstly, you need a face cleanser. Every lady needs a face cleanser. Not basically because of makeup or anything, but you need a face cleanser as part of your skincare item or products, because you find out that even after bathing and you use a white towel, you still have some dirt on those towel. Why? So your face needs to be clean even beyond your normal bathing with your soap, with your bath wash, and whatever you use. So you need a face cleanser and a cotton pad to cleanse your face thoroughly. Secondly, you need a very good moisturizer. A moisturizer that is hydrating. Now, you need to first of all also know the kind of skin you have to know the kind of moisturizer to use. So basically, we have the dry skin, the oily skin, the combination skin, and the normal skin. So for dry skin, you need a very hydrating moisturizer that is oil based. For oily skin, you need an hydrating moisturizer that is water based. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense. For more details, you can chat me up in the comment section. So, you need a primer next, a very good primer. Now, the work of the primer is for longevity, for your makeup to stay on your face for as long as you want it to be. So, you need a good primer. Afterwards, for priming, after priming, you need, okay, so let me talk a bit about primers. You have the hydrating primers and you have the mattifying primers. So depending on your skin type, depending on the weather condition, depending on the occasion, you can just do away with just an hydrating primer like a grip. But if you're the kind that sweat a lot or you produce oil a lot, I would advise you go extra after your hydrating primer or your grip. You should actually use a mattifying primer for those regions where you easily sweat and produce oil, right? So in this video, I used a grip and I used the elf aqua grip primer, and I used my Mirac setting powder to control oils in the region I know I will produce oil very fast. So if you have dry skin, you don't need to use the Mirac setting powder. But if you have oily skin or combination skin like me, I would suggest you use your setting powder to just dap on areas where you are likely to produce oil from first. So next, you need a very good foundation. Now, guys, I want you to understand something. In all products you get for yourself, you need to first of all understand the kind of skin you have. If you are oily, if you're dry, if you're combination skin, or if you're a normal skin girly, you need to know this so you can buy products accordingly. So foundation, then you need your concealer. Yeah. So for the foundation, my skin type is the combination skin. Combination in the sense that some part of my face is dried and some parts is oily. So I have the combination of both dry skin and oily skin. So even if I would want to use a foundation, I would use a foundation that is not too oily and not too mattifying, right? So I want to be in between. Okay, so as much as I have a combination skin whereby I produce oil in some regions, I am not a matte kind of girl. I do not like the matte kind of foundation. So I like something that will still allow my skin to glow from within. Does that make sense? Okay, yes. So I have a foundation brush. I want you guys to watch this video closely and you realize that I didn't use so much things, even when it comes to my brushes. I just wanted to keep it very simple so you don't feel, oh, you need so much to have your own personalized makeup kit, right? So I've applied my foundation with a foundation brush. I applied my concealer and I still blended out my concealer with my foundation brush before going into my beauty blender to blend the parts that my brush could not get to. So you need a concealer. You need a concealer that is 1 to 2 shades or 3 shades lighter than you. So now me saying 1 to 2 shades to 3 shades lighter than you is because of preference. Everybody's preference is different. So some people like their under eye way bright. Some people like very, very mild, while some people like the barest minimum. So if you're the kind of person that likes the barest minimum, then you should go for a shade lighter than you. If you're in between, you can go for 2 shades lighter than you. But if you are the very, very, oh, I need my eyes to be catchy, you should go for 3 shades lighter than you. Okay. So here I have applied my concealer and I am setting with my powder. So yes, you would wonder why I didn't get a single powder, since it's just for a person who loves makeup but is not a makeup artist. So you need a powder palette because a powder palette comes in very handy. Now you can use it for just beyond powdering, like powdering your face. You can use it for your eyeshadow, you can use it on your lips, you can use it for your brows. Yes, guys, so that's it. So I first of all like to set with my pressed powder underneath my eyes. I set my concealer with my pressed powder first before going into my setting powder. So I'm using the Mirac setting powder. It is the best setting powder in the world. Yeah, guys, you had me right. Fight with me if you see me, but Mirac setting powder is the best. Yeah. So I'm setting with my Mirac setting powder and I am using the shade cinnamon. So yes, still bringing us back to preference. Some persons would use curry, some persons will use ginger. It just depends on how you like your makeup to appear. So here, this is still me setting the entire regions of my face that I highlighted. So for highlighting, highlighting is just you bringing more concentration or more appearance of some certain parts and some certain features of your face. So we tend to highlight the under eyes, the forehead, the nose, and the chin. So these are places that are very catchy on your face. So once light bounces on your face, these are the first places we see. So as much as yes, they need to be highlighted, you need to also be very mindful so you don't um attract flashbacks on those parts of the face. Flashback in the sense that when you don't use the right or you use extremely bright products, when light comes on your face, that place is looking more brighter and highlighted, so it might not look nice. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah. So I am doing my contour and my blush and my bronzing, just adding some definition to my face, and I am using my Mirac face sculpture. Guys, this palette is an all-in-one. Like, it does the magic. I use it for my eyeshadow. I use it to contour my nose. I use it for my face contour. I use it for eyeshadow. I use it for my highlight. I use it on my lip. Like, it just does the magic, guys. So it is everything. Now you need an hydrating spray. An hydrating spray hydrates your face, gives you a very natural, beautiful glow, and also melts your makeup into your skin. Yeah. So I used an hydrating spray at the very beginning of my makeup. That was the first thing I used before going into my moisturizer. I'm sure you noticed that. So even now, even before baking, I still use the hydrating spray, and I'm using the spray from Omari Code. Guys, I have a bond, like a very strong bond with Omari Code mists, Hydra mists. That stuff melts your makeup like there is no tomorrow. Yes. So yeah, I have melted my makeup with my hydrating spray. I have baked my face with my Mirac setting powder in the shade Cinnamon. And here I am just using the leftover concealer from the concealer I used to highlight the under of my eyes as my eyeshadow base. So guys, for my makeup girlish, you can makeup products when you buy the right ones are very versatile. Like they are multifunctional. Yeah, I think that's the right word. So you can use just get these essential products, go for training, understand how to use them. You can go away with using your few products to achieve everything you need for a full glam. Okay, so I'm just using my concealer for my eyeshadow base, yeah, to even out the skin there. Then I'll still go into my powder palettes, yeah guys. So even after blending this, I went into my powder palette. In a moment you're going to see that. So I went into my powder palette, and my powder palette is from V Beauty. Now I need to take a moment to appreciate V Beauty. V Beauty is a Nigerian brand that is affordable and is premium. It gives you all that you need it to give you, from their foundation to their concealer to their powder to everything that they have. Okay, I've not tried everything, but to an extent, I've tried majority of their products. Their glosses, their eyeshadow, their powder, their foundation, I use them. Yeah, and they do justice. They do the job. They get the job done. So I'm going back to my Mirac face sculpture. I'm just trying to do my transitioning, give my eyes more definition, and sculpture the eyes properly. So I started with the lighter brown from the nose down to the edge of my eyes. I'm going into the darker brown. I'm just using it to carve out my crease so I can have some like definition on my eye. So you understand why I'm telling you that your palette is versatile. Your powder palette is versatile. So I used it as the main color of my eyeshadow for my eyeshadow. Now I've gone back to my Mirac sculpture to do all my transitioning, and I am still back to my powder palette to get the very darkest shade, just so I can have a darker edge, to have that kind of catty wing-like edge of the eyes. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm sure it does. Yeah, so this is just me blending. The key to a beautiful makeup, guys, is using the right product for your skin, having the right technique to applying the makeup, and being patient enough to blend through. Yes, you heard me right. Blend through. There's no hurry, there's no rush. Even in that your 15 minutes of doing your makeup, make sure you are allowing you're blending properly, and you're allowing all product to sit into your skin. Now, this is where a lot of people make mistake. When you are applying your makeup product, you need to give room for each of the products to function. Now, when I spray my face, I give it room to dry. When I apply my moisturizer, I give it room to dry. When I apply my powder, I also give it room to dry. So you need to give everything room to set and be firm on your face. So yeah, guys, I used my Mirac face sculpture and my V Beauty powder palette to achieve this eyeshadow look. And I also used the highlights, the white highlights on my face sculpture from Mirac to put a little bit of shimmer on my eyeshadow. Then I went into my Davis pencil. Guys, you see that Davis pencil? Yes, the Davis pencil that is being sold for 500 naira or 1,000 naira, but it was being sold for 200 naira previously. That Davis pencil is a goat. It is the greatest of all time. Because tell me why a pencil so cheap and so, I wouldn't want to say so common, but so affordable, and still does the job perfectly well. So I used it to line my lips. I used it to sculpture out my lips properly. Then I went into my classic lip stain. I think in burnt orange. I can't really remember the shade exactly, but it's like a burnt orange kind of color. I used it. Then I also still went to a classic lippy that is kind of pinkish nude, yeah, for the inner parts. Then on top of that, I still used the remaining concealer I had on my tray to give it more of like a bright ombre look. Yeah, that's that for my lips. I'm a glossy girl, but on this tutorial, I just felt like I should use a matte. So I still use my Davis pencil to draw my brows. But before that, I use my Norban brow tint to first of all brush up all my hairs, like put them in place. So my Norban Beauty brow tint also gives a very beautiful natural color to your brows. Then I went in to fill up with my Davis pencil. So yeah, guys, yes, the concealer I am using is still the leftover concealer I have on my pan that I am using. I am not wasting. There is no room for wastage. So everything works so long as you know what you're doing. So it may be looking too bright here, but me setting it now with powder, I would set it with a powder that is a bit darker than what I will usually do or use. So I can have like a balance, like an even balance. Yeah, guys. So that's it. So this is me setting the concealer and blending. So for my lashes and my contact lens, I already had that done before I started my makeup. So this is me going back to my Davis pencil to line my waterline. This is me, okay, pressing in my setting powder. Now you see the sweet thing about Mirac setting powder is that even when you bake, it melts into the skin. It goes in like it just the skin just swallows it, sucks it in, and gives you a beautiful flawless finish. And it still does the job of bringing some highlights to the underneath of your eyes. So this is just me pressing in all my products, setting it with my Kiss Beauty setting spray. I also went further to use my Meron setting spray. Yeah, guys, so we have come to the end of this tutorial. This is the finished look. I hope you like it, and I hope you subscribe, you like, you share, leave your comments, ask your questions, whatever it is you want me to talk about. I will be doing that. Okay, so I will see you in my next video. Bye.